And then when I was living on the beach, because we were living in Marina Del Rey at first, I didn't have a hairdresser because I was new to LA. So my hair was just growing longer. Not intentional at first, but it just started to grow longer, and I was like living at the beach. I was just way more relaxed. And I started exploring, I started coming up with the idea for Skool. And I'd also saved a good amount of money, so I could have a swing at something big and not worry about just trying to make money, right? And that's when I started like discovering Skool. It kind of came to me slowly, like in little pieces. And I couldn't even see the whole thing at first, just the tiniest part of it. And I had no idea if it would work or not, but my wife believed that it would. And I was so exhausted of the other thing that I was just like, fuck it, let's try.
What were some of those early pieces? And at what point did it start to connect together where you're like, there might be something here?
Well, when I was making courses, I noticed that like more people would use the community than the course, right? Like let's say you sell someone a course and they've got their login to their course content, and then you used to make a Facebook group for your customers, right? You look at the stats. People don't log into that content portal much at all. They forget where the login is, like for sure. They actually forget the domain name, right? So like they don't even know where it is. But they seem to use the Facebook group quite a lot. And then I'd look at the content in there. I like added it all up. And I was like, man, every like couple of weeks, this community produces more content than is in the whole course, right? And then I noticed 2 people from my courses got married. And I was like, damn, that wouldn't have happened with just that course. And, you know, people started like innovating. They came up with accountability partners. They started practicing sales calls with each other, rehearsing. Some people became business partners. Some people got married. And I was just like, wow, there's something here. Like this seems like the future of it. So I knew it was a combination of, and I also could tell that this industry was taking off. Like, you know, traditional education's like falling apart, right? And I knew that there was something to this. Like it would be like Facebook groups, but somehow there would be the course component built into it. And it would be like a platform that would be so easy to use. It would be like Airbnb. Right? So as simple as listing a room on Airbnb so that anyone can do it. You don't need to know the tech. That was the other thing I noticed over the years is the tech burden was just getting out of control.
Oh, dude.
And even for me, and I'm quite technical, right?
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'm exhausted. And these rules are changing every day, like, you know, the compliance rules, GDPR and all of that crap. And then, you know, the tracking and pixels.
You need to buy like 6-10 things. It's like, you need SAP here, and you need this, and use this for your landing page, but use this for your website, and like it just gets
the maintenance of trying to keep it running, I found it basically impossible to even get it to run properly, let alone like continue to run properly, right? So I was like thinking, this is out of control, and it seems to be getting worse, and there's no way a normal person can do this, nor should they, right? So I noticed all of these things, and I also noticed that the market seemed to reward you for spending more time on marketing than the product.
What do you mean by that?
So if you just back with like how things used to be, if you just like kind of spent more time marketing and less time making a good product, you could do better.
Right.
And I thought that meant that the market was flawed, right? So I had this vision that, well, what if you just worked on the product and then it became, you were the most successful based on that, right? So the best thing won instead of just the best marketing. And I wanted to So these are all very like vague ideas, but I wanted to build something that kind of encapsulated all of this.